اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam invites his close relatives to Islam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam addresses Fatima and Safiya radiallahu ta'ala anhuma. Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gathered his family members when Allah revealed the verse, وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ. O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, warn your closest relatives about the punishment due to those who reject Iman, mentioned by Surah Shu'ara. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then said, O Fatima, the daughter of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, O Safiya, the daughter of Abdul Muttalib, O children of Abdul Muttalib, ask me whatever you wish from my wealth, but I can give you nothing from Allah. I cannot assist you against Allah's punishment. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam invites his household and other relatives for a meal to call them towards Islam. As Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gathered his family members when Allah revealed the verse, وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ, mentioned by Surah Shu'ara. O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, first warn your closest relatives about the punishment due to those who reject Iman, mentioned by Surah Shu'ara. 30 of them gathered and had something to eat and drink. Thereafter, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked them, who will assume the responsibility of paying my debts and fulfilling my pledges? Whoever does this shall be my companion in Jannah and my successor in my family. Someone said, but you are an ocean of generosity and virtue. Who could possibly assume your responsibilities? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then repeated the request thrice. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam presented the request to the members of his household, Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, I am prepared. Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam invited the family of Abdul Muttalib, who were such people that each of them could easily eat a young animal and drink the equivalent of a faraq. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prepared food weighing only a mud, from which everyone ate to their full. The leftover food was as much as they had been at the beginning, and it appeared as if it had not been touched. Thereafter, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent for a small cup from which everyone drank to their fill. The leftover drink was also as much as they had been at the beginning, appearing as if it had not been touched. Thereafter, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam addressed them, saying, O children of Abdul Muttalib, I have been sent as a Rasul to you people in particular and to all of mankind in general. You have just witnessed one of my miracles, so which of you shall pledge his allegiance to me to become my brother and companion? However, no one volunteered. Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, I then stood up, although I was the youngest of them all. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told me to be seated and repeated himself thrice. I stood up each time, and each time he told me to be seated. Eventually, when this happened the third time, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam struck his hand on mine, accepted my pledge of allegiance. As Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu has also narrated that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam instructed him to prepare a meal using the leg of an animal and a sa of what flour for bread. When the following verses of the Quran was revealed, وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ, mentioned by Surah Shu'ara. O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, first warn your closest relatives about the punishment due to those who reject Iman, mentioned by Surah Shu'ara. Thereafter, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu to invite the Banu Hashim during that time. The Banu Hashim numbered approximately 40 to 42 persons. As Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu continues the narration by saying, after their guest has arrived, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent for the food. When he placed the food before them, they all ate to their fill, even though there were people amongst them who could eat a young animal together with gravy all by themselves. Thereafter, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent for a small cup of milk. When he passed the cup around for them to drink, they all managed to drink to their fill. One of them commented, until today, I had never seen such magic. It is widely believed that it was Abu Lahab who said this. The following day, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, O Ali, prepare the leg of a goat together with a sa of what flour and a large cup of milk. Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, I did as I was told. The guests ate as they had eaten the first day, and drank as they had drunk on the first day. Just as it occurred on the first day, as much food was left over as we had begun with. To this someone commented, never before have we seen such magic as we have witnessed today. On the third day, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, O Ali, prepare the leg of a goat together with a sa of wheat flour and a large cup of milk. After doing as he was told, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu to invite the Banu Hashim. Consequently, he gathered them together and they ate and drank. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then spoke to them saying, which of you are prepared to settle my debts for me? Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, I remained silent as did everyone else. Thereafter Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam repeated himself. I responded by saying, I am prepared to do so. O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said to me, you O Ali, you are certainly fit for the task. Ibn Abi Hatim has also reported a similar hadith in which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the people, which of you is prepared to settle my debts and to succeed me as head of my family after my demise? Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, everybody remained silent, including Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who feared that all his wealth would be used up in settling the debts. I remained silent out of respect for Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was much elder than me. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam repeated his request, Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu again remained silent. When I saw this, I said, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I am prepared to accept this responsibility. On that day, I was worse off than any of them. I was suffering pain in my eyes, my stomach was bloated, and my legs were extremely thin. A similar hadith, also concerning the da'wah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave to his family members, has already appeared in the chapter entitled The Da'wah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave to large gatherings. That hadith has a different chain of narrators and is reported from Hazrat Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam conveys the da'wah of Islam while traveling. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gives da'wah during the hijrah. Hazrat Sa'ad Aslami radiallahu ta'ala anhu was the guide who directed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam through the Rakuba valley. His son Abdullah says, my father informed us that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to them seeking the shortest path to Medina. He was accompanied by Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, whose daughter was then being suckled by a woman from our tribe. Hazrat Sa'ad radiallahu ta'ala anhu informed them, there is a road along the valley of Rakuba, but there are two thieves from the Aslam tribe, they who are called Muhanan. If you wish, you could use the road past them. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, lead us to the road past them. Consequently, they took the road, and when they drew close to the thieves, one of them said to the other, look at this person from Yemen. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then gave them da'wah and invited them to accept Islam. They both became Muslims. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked them their names, they said that they were called Muhanan, the two contemptible ones. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to them, no, you two are Mukraman, the two honored ones. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then told them to join him in Medina. The hadith still continues after this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to make amal upon what we've listened to, and may He give us the tawfiq to act upon Islam. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.